But all right. Hey guys, Dr. Travis Ziegler here. My comrade and colleague, got to go the right way. Adam with me as well. And today we're actually going to be going over Amazon Prime Day PPC strategies and just strategies for your overall Amazon account. So make sure you pay attention to this whole video because the best strategy we of course are saving for last, which is my favorite strategy, and it should be yours as well. So we're going to kind of give you some tips and tricks for your Amazon listing overall, and then we're going to hit the main one at the end. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and then hit the little notification, the bell right beside it to be notified whenever we come out with great Amazon PPC videos. So let's jump right in. What is the first thing? I guess I'll go over number one. So number one is you need to prepare for growth. Amazon overall is growing like a monster right now. And to look at like Prime Day sales of 2019, I think it grew 70% from 2018. So 2018 to 2019, Amazon Prime Day sales grew 70%. That was without COVID. COVID hit this year, obviously. We're all experiencing COVID. And this year's Prime Day is probably going to be the biggest one ever. And I think this year's will probably be bigger than next year's. And you got to think about in 2019, there were 100 million Prime members at that time. And there's probably a lot more now. I don't know what the latest figure is for that. I don't know if you have any insight to that. But that is an amazing amount of people that are going to be shopping on Prime Day. And it's just going to be huge this year. So prepare for that growth is our number one tip. That's just kind of I guess a back end to the strategy. Like you just got to think that you got to prepare for it. So onward.
Which you covered number two as well. Pay attention. So you're going to have peaks and flows throughout the day, depending on several factors. Your type of product, time of day, especially when people in the West Coast start to hit their lunch times, you're going to see a huge peak around 11 a.m. Pacific. Huge. I mean, it's just going to go boom. You're going to see these spikes in your sales throughout the day.
And this is pretty normal peaks. So like, even if you just look at like your daily sales, you'll see those peaks, and it's the same time peaks for these as well. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. So just continue to update your budgets throughout the day in Campaign Manager, which is now Advertising Manager, or Amazon Advertising through Seller Central. And just if it's running out, add 50, add 100, depending on where your budget is to start. But increase your budgets that morning, first thing in the morning, or the night before at midnight or so forth. Because you also got late night shoppers as well, and they're probably going to give some people some Prime Day deals early in the morning. You got late night shoppers, but continue to check your budgets throughout the day. But that doesn't mean launch brand new ads on Prime Day. No, right now should be the time of year that whatever's working, keep it on, keep it enabled. Everything else, pause it. If it's junk, if it's terrible ACOS, if it's not getting any impressions, it's not getting any clicks, just pause it and say, okay, well, I'll see you back in quarter one, and we'll try to get from there.
Maybe quarter one. So
maybe quarter one. But
so the key point to take away with the peak times at 11 a.m. Pacific and the 6 p.m. Pacific is if you're going to check your budgets throughout the day, you have to make sure you check them after those two times, because those are going to be peak sales times. That's probably when your budget's going to go out. And if you want to be there for the next peak, you need to make sure you have that budget in. So we're going to get into what Adam was talking about in a little bit. But number three and kind of number four is participate in the deals that Amazon has to offer. So they have Prime exclusive deals and they have Lightning deals. I haven't seen much with Lightning deals for this Prime Day. You had to submit them like way back in April when it was for July's Prime Day. And so then you may get Prime Day for that. But what we're doing in our brand is Prime exclusive deals exclusively, because you couldn't really add any more Lightning deals. So we deleted all the Lightning deals we had saved. And now we're doing Prime exclusive deals, which is a 20% discount or higher. For a couple items that we want to clearance, we're actually doing 40% or higher. Now, an advantage to having a Lightning deal versus a Prime exclusive deal, I don't know if they're doing this for Prime exclusive deals, but for Lightning deals, there's a page called Today's Deals. And you can actually, if you're running an auto campaign for one of your products, and it will actually show up on this Today's Deal website. And this Today's Deal website is on Amazon, and you can only show up for that if you're running an auto campaign. And so running that auto campaign, if you have a lightning deal schedule, is key, but you will get a ton of clicks. And what you'll see is if you download your search term report, is it will say Today's Deals placement. And that's the search term that you got to click from that deal page. And what we see with our clients is that when they run lightning deals and they have an auto campaign, that they'll show up with that search term report. And it gets a lot of clicks and it gets a lot of sales, but it can be expensive. And especially on Prime Day, it's probably going to be expensive. Anything to add to that
one? Just to reiterate, just for everybody for reference, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific time for that.
And if you guys have any questions, make sure you put them down in the comments below, and we'd be happy to answer them. Hey, if you even want to join us live, let us know that. Put it in the comments below, and we can pull you in.
And come on in. Now, with Travis mentioned with the Prime Day exclusives, started submitting those now and also to read the little info before you submit it, because they want you to have a deal that the price is lower now than the past 30 days.
Yep.
So make sure you're mindful of that. Maybe if you were doing some price testing, or if you were running some other deals, or you had a strong coupon on, but you're going to get error messages. So just put them in now, today or tomorrow, so then you can get everything in place and everything fixed. And then so when Prime Day hits, you can kind of sit back and kind of just enjoy how everything goes. Because on Prime Day, I kind of take it as a personal day. I kind of say, okay, I'm not going to really I don't want to bog down the system anymore.
You've done all you can, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like cramming for a test. Like I always laughed when I'd walk into tests in college, and like everybody's like reading their notes, and I was like, if you don't know it by now, are you really going to get it in this last 5 minutes? Like I was always that person that came in and just kind of sat there waiting for the test, and then people are like, what are you doing? And I was just like, you're already prepared. If you didn't prepare and you're procrastinating, this last 5 minutes isn't going to make a difference. And so same thing with Prime Day.
Yeah.
Get ready for it now. When Prime Day comes, like Adam just said, relax and watch the sales pour in. I remember last Prime Day, we did almost 100,000 in those 2 days. And it was amazing. And I was at a conference, so I couldn't do anything. I was at a conference, participating in the conference, and it was great. It was just fun to watch the sales go. And I was just there networking and having fun with friends. You remember those days, the networking days at conferences? Anyway, I digress.
The days.
The next thing that we can talk about is product bundling. And product bundling is virtual product bundling on Amazon. So Amazon's allowing you to take your FBA listings and build bundles around these listings. So do as many of those as you can with every product that you have, because that takes up a ton of real estate on your desktop listings. And it pretty much pushes your competitors down even further. And we have these on all of our listings, and we have multiple on all of our listings, and it helps.
I'm very curious to see how those go Prime Day, especially if you have the deals already, if they want to put them all together.
Only one of our best sellers wasn't suspended, because it will be for Prime Day, which is sad, but we still have some.
Yeah, so it happens.
Do you want me to take number 6 and then you can take number 7?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because number 6 is kind of my area of expertise, other than Amazon PPC, is leveraging external traffic. And so leveraging different channels like social media, influencers, and Google Ads. And so this influencer word is kind of a misconception in my mind, I believe. The influencers is like, let's hire an influencer to talk about our product. It's not so much that. When you have an influencer, you want to develop a relationship, which we're only like, a week away from Prime Day, so it might be hard to do that now, but you can always start preparing for next year. And so influencer relationships are that. They're relationships. You need to get to know a couple good relationships or a good influencers that are in your space that are willing to talk about your product, but it needs to be a give-give. And money isn't a give-give. Money is just like, I pay you, you direct traffic to me. It doesn't really work that way. You want an influencer that actually wants to be there for you. And so relationship is key with that. But going back to like leveraging other external traffic sources, Google Ads. So if you get the search terms that are working for your product, then why wouldn't they work in Google? And so if you're doing a deal for Prime Day, take that search term. I'm going to give my example I always give, eyelid wipes. We sell eyelid wipes. We have a 30% discount code on them right now. And actually it's 40%. We're going to 30% for Prime Day. And then we have a Google ad that says 30% off eyelid wipes. And that Google ad points them right to Amazon. And the reason we have that Google ad going right to Amazon is because if somebody's searching Google for eyelid wipes, your main search term, and they see an ad for a 30% off discount code for an eyelid wipe, that's a pretty high probability that they're going to click through and buy on Amazon. And so very simple ad, costs very little. You're going to pay maybe 10 cents a click to get them over there. A lot cheaper than Amazon sometimes. I think with all our Google ads, we average about a 4 ROAS, which is about a 25% ACOS. And I'm not talking about little ad spend. We spend about $15,000 per month on Google ads to get people over to Amazon. And our ROAS is about 4, which is a 25% ACOS, which is lower than our ACOS on PPC. And so Google ads can be very effective. And same thing with Facebook and social media ads. If I have a discount code running, why not run it to people that are like my audience, or even run it to my audience that's already existing, people that have already bought from me? Because if they see a 30% off discount code for something they've already bought and loved, they're going to click over and buy it again. It doesn't matter what your product is. It can be sunglasses, it can be eyelid wipes, it can be a consumable, anything. And so targeting people that have already purchased from you, and then also just targeting people that are searching for your product. Those are two big ways to use external ads, external traffic, which will then boost up your organic rankings for Prime Day, getting you more visibility, getting you more sales. Pretty awesome stuff there. I'm done.
Competitor analysis. Find high search volume keywords and start advertising on those. So you can do 2 things with this. Actually, several things with this. Find what's working for you with your search terms. Target your competitors. And then also too, the nice thing with Prime Day is I like to create sponsored product targeting and sponsored display product targeting. I do them both, and I use both to target an ASIN. And with those, you can take advantage of the top sellers and go on there, because if they're sending tons of traffic to their listing on Prime Day, and then maybe people will say, you know what, I'm already here. Maybe I'm just going to scroll down a little bit, and then they see your product and say, oh, actually it's a little bit better of a deal, or it's a better reviews or something like that. Then you're able to target them and then maybe take some of their sales. So why not? In any way that you can get for that. Now with high volume search volume, if you don't have any sales history on that, I would not suggest launching those ads now.
Yeah. So a good point with your product targeting ads is that, you have a competitor that's getting all this volume, and you can target them and be on their page. But the cool thing about it is you can do sponsored display product targeting, which will show up even higher on the page. And then you can do sponsored brand or sponsored products product targeting. Yeah, I get all my terms straight because Amazon makes it really easy. And so making sure you're doing both of those, because you're just going to get more impressions. And if you have a coupon on it, it's going to show up in those ads. So it's going to show up really well. And that's why I love those, because the coupon shows up and then they'll click off just to get that coupon. So what you've been waiting for. But before we get to that, we have a question. How to make more focused campaigns to promote my hero ASIN. That is actually a good segue into what we're going to talk about right now. So this is kind of what we were just talking about. Waiting till the end to get this. But before we get into this, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, share it if you find it valuable, and then make sure you subscribe to our channel down below. Click the little bell to be notified whenever we come out with great Amazon PPC videos like this one you're watching here. So the final tip we have, this is like the creme de la creme of Amazon PPC tips for Prime Day. And this is just PPC in general, the 80-20 principle. If you've been following us for any amount of time, you've heard me talk about this before. The 80-20 principle is that 20% of inputs create 80% of results, and it applies to everything in life. And so if you plant 100 bean seeds in your yard, 20% of those bean seeds are going to create 80% of your crop. 20% of your input creates 80% of your revenue. 20% of your search terms in Amazon PPC create 80% of your revenue. We manage multiple clients. I have my own brand as well. And it's the same. It's 20% of our search terms produce 80% of our revenue. And so out of that $1 million that we make in a quarter, 800,000 is from 20% of the search terms that we're going after. The other 80% we shut down at this time. The 20% we focus on. And so what do we do to focus on that? We've talked about it a little bit already, but the main one we do is making sure that these are in exact match campaigns. We personally do single keyword campaigns. I know that sounds crazy, but that's one keyword, one match type per campaign. So we'll make that search term in a campaign as an exact match, and that's the whole campaign. And the reason we do that is because you can adjust your bid adjustment, customize for that search term in that match type. You can also adjust your budget for that one. You can adjust every single part of the campaign for that search term. And so we make exact match search terms for that 20% of search terms that are making all of our revenue. And this is the time to do that because you need to focus on that. This is a good Q4 budget or Q4 strategy, but it's also a good Prime Day strategy. It's a good Black Friday strategy, Cyber Monday, Christmas season. If you want to start expanding, that's when you start a broad match one. We don't mess with phrases much. We do have them, but broad and exact are the two big ones. And exact is what you want to focus on right now because that's what's going to make you all the money. And if you have a limited budget, you want to save all that budget for those exact match search terms that are producing all your results because you want to make a lot of sales on those. So that is like the key thing. If you can do one thing for Prime Day, exact match search terms, find the search terms that you're working by downloading your search term report and really focusing on those. Sorry, I'm off my high horse. Anything to add?
Yeah, and then for the question for Hemant, with that, take that main hero ASIN and take a day, take 2 days, and build out those single campaigns. So, for example, black T-shirt. So maybe my black T-shirt is best, my best seller, and then maybe my best key search term is V-neck shirt or something like that. Now I'm going to take that search term, V-neck shirt, and then make it exact match in one campaign all by itself. And if that's your good search term, then do that. Then also protect your brand by taking your hero and going after your other ASINs, and then taking your other ASINs and sending it back. Yep. And then also taking your hero ASIN and going after your competitors. And then also build those exacts out. And so that's really helpful right there. Let's see here. Hopefully that answers your question.
That's the main one. That's all you need to do. Yeah. If you take anything away from this whole video, rewind and just watch what we just said, because that is the biggest thing you can do. And another common thing that I think that this question is kind of alluding to is, like, should I advertise for all my variations? And the answer is no. Like, your variations will be sold. We sell sunglasses, and we only advertise for the brown ones because they sell so well. And during peak season, they sell almost 100 a day. Right now, they sell like 5 to 10. It's a great market to be in. But what we know is that if we advertise for that brown one, somebody will come to our listing and buy the black pair, the purple pair, the blue pair, the yellow pair, the pink pair. They'll buy all of them. And so you don't have to advertise on all your variations. Just find the search terms that are working for your main variation and just advertise towards that. He says, thank you very much, by the way.
Oh, you're very welcome. And then another thing, if you got a lightning deal, make sure you turn up your budgets for your ad campaigns during your lightning deal as well. Because it's gonna show up on your ads as well. It's gonna show that product sponsored, and then it's gonna say, oh, there's a deal going on right now. So you're gonna get more clicks. So also increase those budgets around your lightning deals.
Yeah, and don't be tinkering with your stuff, like Adam said earlier, during Prime Day. One other kind of going back to the 80-20 principle, the search terms that are in that exact match campaign, make sure you turn up your top of search bid placement, because that's going to really help sell more as well. So we turned that up by almost 100 percentage points right before Prime Day, like the night before Prime Day, and then we turn it back down after Prime Day's over. So let's say our bid adjustment usually is about 50%. We'll actually turn it up to 150% on Prime Day just to make sure we're really at the top, because people are going on Prime Day to buy. They're not going to shop, and they know that their time frame is limited. And so they're just going to start buying and buying like crazy. And so that's kind of another key takeaway with that 80-20 principle, is really focusing on your bid adjustment up and your budget up, and really just watching things. Don't, like we said, don't tinker with the keyword bids. Focus on just tinkering with the budget. So if you need to increase your budget, do it. And the numbers are not going to be accurate, especially on Prime Day. So if your ACOS is showing that day of 100%, that is not accurate, and don't not turn up your budget as a result of seeing that. don't be scared to turn up your budget because you see 100% ACOS on that product that day, because it is so inaccurate. I mean, it takes about 48 hours for it to fully catch up, but it will pay off. Yeah.
Yeah, because you get that 5-day attribution. So
exactly. Cool. Well, again, if you like this video, make sure you head down there, give it a big thumbs up. Give it a big thumbs up if you like this video. Also, if you're down there, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, and then hit the little bell to be notified whenever we come out with great videos like this one. And we are Profitable Pineapple Ad Agency. So Adam Pixler, Dr. Travis Ziegler, head to profitablepineapple.com. We have a free Amazon PPC Masterclass. If you're doing $25,000 or more per month, that's when you need to upgrade to the automated version of our Masterclass. We teach you how to automate your Amazon PPC. But the key part of that is you need to automate the right parts of your Amazon PPC. And so head to profitablepineapple.com. If it's right for you, we'll jump on a call, see if the course is right for you. And then, of course, we manage clients counsel as well. So if you're interested in that, come on over. We can chat. If it's not right for either of us, no big deal. I'll point you in the right direction of where to go. So let us know what you need. Again, visit profitablepineapple.com. All right. See you, Adam.
We've got one last question in from.
Oh, did it?
Hemant. He just snuck it in. Okay. So in this campaign, the bidding strategy should be dynamic bids down only. No need to apologize for the question. Thanks for the question. We appreciate it. Down only. Yeah. I would do down only. We've tried up and down, and it was
disastrous.
Disastrous. I mean, the spend was just through the roof.
Yeah.
So down only. And then if you really know what a good cost per click is outside of Prime Day, fixed bids. Like I do a fixed bid in autos. But other than that, for the rest of things, down only.
Yep. Down only. Top of search, bid adjustment up, usually.
Yeah.
It's about 95% of the time up only. All right. Cool. Good question. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.